This is a current love vibe between you and the person that is on your mind currently. What is your energy like right now? What's the underlying energy for you? The Tower. Coming out again. Let's see. And what is the person's energy like? The Five of Cups. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. So, this is an interesting, difficult read between the two of you at this time. You've both been a little disappointed in each other, in the relationship, and what's happened. Outcome, you know, you're kind of feeling like things need to change drastically between you two in order to really go forward. And he's feeling like you've both hit a dead end, like a wall, you know. So obviously change needs to happen with these two cards between you two together. You both need to change. Something huge needs to change between you two in order to have this progress forward. This is something that that is big. It's not little changes. There has to be a huge shift in something in order to let you both kind of walk towards the future together on this path. He's feeling like giving up, like it's the end of the road. Maybe that's why he feels this disappointment. The Five of Cups. It's a very disappointing card because it's kind of like, now what? Now where do I go? I don't even know. Maybe is this the end? You know, and you're kind of feeling like the same way. You're stuck on the top of a tower. You just don't know where to go either, and the only way to go, in your sense, is a drastic change. You know, something needs to change between you two. That's definite. So let's elaborate a little bit more. What's up with this Tower card? How are you feeling towards your person? How are you feeling towards your person with this Tower? The Eight of Wands. It's interesting. I'm feeling confused. Maybe that's why this Tower is here. I see that you feel that there is a great match. You know, there's a great working together vibe. There's a great partnership here. But something still needs to change between you two in order to really fulfill this fully. It's very confusing energy. Like you think it works, but that you also think it doesn't work. You want it to work, but you also don't think it will work. It's kind of back and forth, I'm feeling. What's going on with this Tower? The King of Wands. See the King of Wands, the Eight of Wands, and the Tower. Interesting. You think that he's very attractive, obviously. The King of Wands is attractive. He also has a lot of opportunities presented to him. He's not someone that has like one girl going after him. He has like the whole kingdom, you know, kind of fighting for his attention, you know. he's busy looking around, right? He's not really looking in your direction. He's kind of looking all over the place. Even though you think that there's a good match between you two, like you both could kind of work together with this Eight of Wands. It's a good working match. You both complement each other, and there's a lot of fiery energy between you two. Obviously, there's a lot of fire here. There's a lot of passion. There's a lot of attraction. But this King of Wands is attractive, and attractive men kind of like to use that to their advantage because they know that they're a little bit more attractive than the norm, let's say. So maybe you're seeing that even though you know that there's an attraction between you and him, or that you have a huge attraction towards him, something needs to change with this man here, and his attention span, let's say. His attention span is fluttery, fleeting. He kind of jumps all over the place because he has a lot of wands. He has a lot of energy directed at him at all times. You know, he's on top of his game as the King of Wands. He's on top. He's very creative. He maybe is sort of a magician of sorts. Like, he can alchemize the good and the bad. He can create his dreams, you know. He knows what he wants to do, you know. He's very work focused, you know, production, you know, like he's kind of like into his work a lot. The King of Wands kind of sits on his throne, and you know, he knows that he's worked hard to get where he is now. It hasn't come easy, and he's also very suave. And there's a lot of females that are abiding for his attention because of such. Yeah. The Seven of Cups. I think this is why there's this tarot card. This is why you're feeling this tower with him, is because he's looking at all the cups, and even if the cups aren't really cups that are, how should we say this, cups that aren't really worth drinking out of, let's say, he's still kind of entertaining them. So there might be girls that are coming towards him, you know, and offering whatever they offer him. They're all kind of something that he doesn't really want. He's not exactly interested in them, but he's entertaining them anyway because I don't know, YOLO, I guess. And that's kind of what I'm sensing here, is that you think he needs to change his way of dating. It looks like this man is kind of involved with a lot of people, even if he's not really interested in any of these cups. You know, like if you look closely at this card, the Seven of Cups, you know, there's silly things in each cup. There's a snake, you know, there's surprises, you know, there's weird things happening, you know, around every turn. There's dragons, there's mean people, there's just a lot of bad, tricky energy, you know, especially when you date a massive amount of women. You're going to come across a lot of weird occurrences. You're going to come across a lot of weird personalities, good, bad, and ugly, tricky, shady, ridiculous, you know. However negative they are, sometimes men don't really care. You know, if he's in the mindset of just wanting to date and just wanting to have his wand attended to, let's say, that type of mindset doesn't care about a woman's personality. They just care about one thing, yeah? So I think even though you think that there's a good match or that there's an attraction between you two, you see him flirting around with all these other energies, however jovial it is, you know that has to abruptly change in order for you to even go forward into this relationship with this person. Otherwise, it's not going to work. You're just going to be another cup on his counter, and you don't want that. You're not looking for that. You're looking for something more deep. You're looking for something meaningful. And this King of Wands is kind of just playing the field. That's what keeps you up at night about him, because you wonder if your feelings are valid, right? You're kind of wondering if it's almost like just a fantasy instead of reality of what you're feeling. Maybe when you're around this person, you know, you do feel connection and you feel like it's, I just saw 1111, by the way. So maybe you do, you know, absolutely feel a connection with this person, but you see his lifestyle and you realize that even though you want to match with them, it's kind of just like giving you this uneasy feeling, you know, like, do I feel like this? Do I even waste my time with this kind of player? You know, am I just gonna be a fool about this? Am I just going to be a notch on the bedpost? Am I wasting my time and making myself anxious? Or am I losing sleep over this situation, you know, because he's kind of looking elsewhere? That's what brings down this Tower with you. It's kind of just like, you know, something needs to change in his mindset in order for you to take him seriously. Is he willing to be a one-woman person? Is he looking for a relationship? Is he just looking to have a good time? And from the outskirts, it looks like he's just looking to have a good time. Yeah. But it just makes you feel uneasy. We got 2 7s here. We have the 7 of Wands too. You're definitely feeling, we have the 7 of Cups and the 7 of Wands, so you feel like there's a lot of competition. Let's just say it. There is a lot of competition for his attention, and this King of Wands is looking at all of the ladies of the land. Yeah. He is, I can't make it up. Tower again. So we have the Tower confirmed and confirmed here. Like, damn. That's double Tower energy from what you're feeling towards him. You know that he's a player, or maybe he has a playerful past. You know that he just gets around, and you can see all the women kind of after him. So you know, it's not even thinking about it. Like, it's kind of like, this is why you're having so much anxiety, is because you know something has to change drastically in this lifestyle of his in order for you to even match with him at all. Something needs to change drastically. If this is a man that is constantly dating new people all the time, he's always with a new girl. Every time you see him, he's with another pretty girl. He kind of has like egoic thoughts, like, or he's just in his ego where he's just taking every chance that's given to him because it might be fun, or maybe he likes to keep it lighthearted. You know, obviously he's not really into all these options. He's just taking them because they're there. But, you know, there's always backlash when you just do that. If you don't treat people with respect or seriously, these women might be looking at him seriously still, and he might not be looking at them as serious matches. He's probably just looking at them as, you know, a one-night stand kind of option. or just a way to get in someone else's pants. And that brings fighting, that brings arguments, and that brings a lot of drama along with it. And from afar, you can look at this King of Wands and see the drama that he's creating for himself by dipping, his wand in all these cups, let's say. You can see from afar, and that's why it's kind of like giving you this energy of the Nine of Swords. It's kind of just like, I don't know if this is really good, even though I feel like the Eight of Wands with him. And I feel like there's a good match and there's some sort of connection between us. Maybe it's just going to end in disaster because he's just not in the same mindset as you. It looks like you're looking for a love match. You're looking for a counterpart, and he's just looking for a good time. So that something needs to drastically change in order for you two to really hit it off, or even for you to give him an opportunity or have an opportunity together. That's your side of the spiel here. That's how you're feeling about this person at this time. So let's see this Five of Cups, how he feels about you, how disappointment, what is the disappointment about? The Two of Cups. Damn. I think he definitely has feelings for you. I think that's why you feel this strong connection with the Eight of Wands. He also feels this with you. I think there's disappointment because he knows that he's kind of stuck in a muck, I want to say. He is in a pool with all these ducks, let's say, all these chicks. And he knows that he kind of has feelings for you. The Two of Cups is true love feelings. These are emotions. These are sharing your heart with someone. This is like love, emotional love. This is sweet, gentle love. And he doesn't normally feel that kind of feeling when he's in the Seven of Cups energy, when he's just playing around, having fun. It's not about love. Like I said, it's about physical sensation. It's about just having fun, having lighthearted fun, not even remembering their name, because they're all stupid, in a sense. He's not into them. He's not really emotionally or mentally into any of these cups. But with you, the reason why he's feeling disappointment is because he actually does have a connection with you with the Two of Cups. There is a connection. It's confirmed. He is feeling differently about you than with these other people. Let's continue. What's going on with the Five of Cups? So far, there's a lot of love here, though. Like he's thinking love with you. It's not the same as how he's normally looking at other people. So you are standing out. It pops out again. The Ten of Wands. Boy, oh boy. He loves you, but he also knows how much work he has to do in order to get this kind of love with you. He's in a pickle. He's kind of like in a situation, let's say. There might be multiple females fighting with him at this time. There might be a lot of relationships gone awry or backfire, let's say. There's just people coming out of the woodwork with, towards him and kind of fighting with him over, what has happened between them, or him dropping off, or him playing them. No one likes to feel used. So I think there's a lot of women coming forward, however crazy or how fleeting their relationship was with any of these people. He has to fix it. There's no other person that will. And with the Ten of Wands, it's kind of like, I have to do a lot of work here. Like, this is all me. This is something that I have to do. No one else can fix this. I want love. And in order to get myself out of this disappointing life of just kind of like going through bodies and, not really paying attention to someone's soul. You're just dating and dating and dating. It's kind of like, how many numbers can I rack up? It might be fun for a while for a man's ego, but after a while, it feels empty, and it's almost not even fun anymore. It's not even an adventure. It's kind of just almost like a chore. He kind of feels like it's a chore. But he feels like there's a tremendous amount of work that needs to happen in order to get love. And that's true. And especially if he put himself in this state of being like a bachelor, he has to change a lot and do the work himself in order to get to a place where he can grow up, or get something a little bit more mature, or get something a little bit more fulfilling, which is love. And that requires opening up. It requires doing some work on yourself. It requires also closing the doors to the past. It requires kind of having hard conversations with people that you don't want to talk to anymore. You don't have to have a long conversation with someone, especially if you just date someone for a couple times and then they're like still holding on or fighting with you. You still have to communicate with them in a certain way, to let them know like there is no future with us. Like, you have to learn how to be diplomatic, kind. No one likes to be broken up with. So even if this guy thinks that all these past, flings are non-important, he has to treat them important still. These are people's feelings that he's dealing with, and there's a lot of work to be done with that. He put himself in this position. So that's why he's feeling disappointed, because he's like, I don't want any of this. I just want love. Yeah. What's going on with the Five of Cups still? The Three of Swords. I can't give it. Yeah, this guy is a total player. This guy has gotten around, let's say. This guy might have, obviously, more than one option. He has at least another option, but I'm sensing that there's more than one. He could be in a relationship right now as well. There's third-party energy, like, screaming. But he might feel like you're in a relationship. Like, maybe that's why he's feeling disappointed, because he wants to be in a relationship, in this, like, kind of loving feeling with you. But maybe he's looking at you like you've moved on, or you have someone else that's special at this time, or he's wondering if there is someone else around you. You know that there's other people around him. He's wondering and feeling a little bit disappointed because he has a lot of work to put in with you in order to get to this Two of Cups. And he's also worried that there might be other people involved with you. You're a good catch. He's kind of thinking like, how could you be single? Or how could you not have other people, right? How could you not have someone else you're sharing your heart with? And whether or not you are, he's trying to figure this all out. He's trying to work it out. He's trying to make changes. He's trying to, come around the corner here. He's trying to do something different, see if, something will budge, or seeing if he'll find out something about you that will maybe give him more of an opportunity to work things out with you. He also might be in a relationship that's holding him back to coming towards you. He might be in multiple relationships, and that's why he's not coming towards you, because he knows that in order for this Two of Cups, this true love kind of feeling, you can't be in a true love feeling and also have a chick on the side. It's not the same energy. And I think even if he has multiple chicks on the side right now, he's trying to get rid of them. or he knows that he's gonna have to get rid of him, that requires some work. Yeah, but he wants to come to you. Yeah. I think that in order to really find out, you know, like what you're about, who you're about, if you're with someone else, he's gonna have to come towards you and talk to you and kind of explain his feelings, or at least show him a little bit. The Knight of Cups is at least on his horse and he's coming towards you. He's not galloping towards you, but he's like, you know, I kind of made a decision. I think I'm gonna go towards you. So I think that this Knight of Cups has a lot of love for you. He thinks that you're different. You know, you kind of stick out from the regular gaggle of women that are just clickety-clackety. You know, they're all kind of whorish. They all dress the same. They all act the same. They all think the same. They're very basic bees, let's say. And he's kind of sick of that. He comes around, sees you, and now he's immediately disappointed because he wants you. He knows that you're different, and he wants that. He wants that love. He knows that there's a connection between you two. He can feel your connection to him, and you can feel his connection to you. You're stepping back because you know that he needs to change his player-like ways in order for you to take him seriously. He's feeling disappointment in his past because he can't get rid of his past so easily. That's right. Yeah, he just wants to like get rid of it altogether, but there's a lot of work to be done here on his end. Is he willing to do it? It looks like he's willing to come towards you and do the work. The Knight of Cups is giving me energy of going forward with a plan to show you that he loves you. He has the cup in his hand. The horse is trotting forward, and he's like straight ahead looking. He's like, I'm coming towards you. I don't care if you have someone else. I'm just gonna find out the hard way. Kind of deal. Aw, the sun. Because you're like hitting a lot of notes that he doesn't really hear a lot. You know, like you're different, you know, and you're hitting a lot of aspects of like a dream girl, you know, like the sun is kind of like having your dreams come true. It's kind of like everything that you've ever wished for. So you are someone that he's kind of wished for when it comes to love. The sun and the Two of Cups, oh my God. He definitely has some feelings for you. There's confirmation on that for sure. These are dreams, you know, this is his dream of love, and you're it. Or at least you're showing him that love can exist, that people that are different from these typical basic bees, you've shown him that his dreams can come reality if you just dream hard enough. And it's also very, you know, there's a lot of sexuality with this card too. Like he's obviously attracted to you, for sure. It's Leo energy. If it's not a Leo or something like that, it's kind of like the energy of knowing what you want, dreaming about what you want, and then having your dreams come true. And I think he's looking at you like, you're his dreams come true. You know, like maybe he's always wanted love, but he's never really gone after it. He's always just stayed in this player King of Wands energy. It's easier, in some aspects, it's easier not to share your emotions with people because you don't get hurt. But at the same time, it's not easy because other people's emotions, other people's feelings are going to get hurt. So even if you're protecting yourself, being cold and cut off, or just kind of like, you know, like player-like, these other people are getting hurt in the meantime. So there's fight still. There's a lot of things that are backlashing, that just kind of get thrown back in his face still. And he's starting to realize that it's not really worth it anymore. He kind of wants to go after his dreams of having like a real relationship, of having more of a deep-rooted, multi-layered type of connection with someone. The Sun is everything that you really could ever wish for in love. With the Two of Cups, this guy has strong feelings for you. Ooh, 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 ooh. The Nine of Wands. This is crazy. We have the Nine of Swords and the Nine of Wands coming out. Like, you're matching each other in weird ways. He wants to kind of like work things out with you. He's nervous because he feels like there might be some other entity that you're involved in. He loves you too much to not even try, though. You know, I feel like this man is going to come forward and at least try. With the Knight of Cups and the Sun and the Two of Cups, it's kind of like, I'm going to do it anyway, I don't care. You know, he's kind of wondering who's around you with the Nine of Wands. Three of Swords, he's definitely cautious about coming towards you, even though he's more of a player than you are. You know, it's kind of like the person that has a guilty conscience, yeah, where someone's doing, you know, let's just say this scenario. This guy is a player, let's say. He's just kind of like always dating new people. So he expects everyone else to be the same way, right? So if he's treating people in this like cutoff way, he's kind of like expecting you to have all these other wands around you. It's funny because you both have nines as energy, you know, and you're both looking at each other in the same way, like similar but opposite, but complementarily similar. It's very strange. He's a player, you're not. You know, he's thinking you're a player. You're wondering if he'll ever change. You know, he's wondering how many people are around you. He loves you, though, and he feels the connection, and he feels something different with you. And it looks like he's willing to put in the work with the Ten of Wands here. The Ten of Wands, the Two of Cups, and the Sun. That's a really good combo here. That's giving me a very positive energy that he has towards you. And there's action involved with the Knight of Cups. So it looks like he's going to create action. He doesn't care about the work. He doesn't care about the disappointment or the wondering if there's, you know, how many people are around you, or the wondering if you're in a relationship already. He just is kind of like focusing on this, and it's kind of like, you know what? This is what I'm dreaming about. I'm willing to put in the hard work. Let's try this out. What's coming towards you both? What's kind of like the underlying energy between you two, your relationship between you two? What's going to happen in the future between you two? Are you going to work it out? Synergy. Your heart and your dreams blossom through fulfilling symbiotic partnerships. Ew. So, whatever kind of energy you both have had, where you're feeling anxious towards each other's life, current situation, you have some sort of partnership here between the two of you that is just screaming out for resurrection. You have a synergistic partnership between you two, and that's what's keeping you both kind of stuck on each other. I think that the disappointment between you two and the anxiety and the wondering and the worrying is going to wash away. This is a chance of renewal. There's strong energy between you two, and there's a synergy. There's a symbiotic partnership here between you two, and maybe that could wash away both of your pasts. Yeah, maybe he will change. There's a double tower energy here, and you really feel like he needs to seriously clean up his act for you to consider him. And he's looking like he's willing to put in the work to clean up his act because he wants something more. He wants love. And, the Hummingbird Oracle is basically saying, your heart and your dreams blossom through your partnership with each other. So you're both dreaming about the same thing, you're both wanting the same thing, and I think that's what's going to bring you two together finally. You can put away your past. The past will be the past if you truly keep it in the past. There has to be some communication made on his end to get rid of all these past energies that might be fighting with him at this time. If he really wants to get rid of his old lifestyle and come towards you in a Two of Cups fashion to really go after his dreams and his wants and his desires with you, he needs to put in the work and say things. And you need to give him a chance to do it and not hold it against him. That's one thing about change that really needs to be kind of said here is if he has to do some work here, he has double tower energy, and you feel like he really needs to change, right? Give him the space to change. Trust that, believe in him, you know what I mean? Don't expect him to cheat on you, let's say, give him the time, the trust to do what he wants to do, and trust in his desires, which is basically coming towards you with the Two of Cups. You are the sun to him. You are something that he truly actually wants. So, while he's doing all this work, he's also really nervous and scared because he doesn't usually put his heart out there. So give him the chance. Don't hold his past against him. It's really unfair for anyone, especially with someone that's looking to change. A lot of people are never willing to change. So if someone's actually willing to change and do the work, to be with you, sometimes it might be bumpy. There might be some push and pull back. There might be some times where he fails, or it might seem like he fails, or there might be some tests involved. Sometimes things don't come easily when it comes to change, and sometimes change doesn't happen in one sweeping, swoop. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of time and patience. So while this King of Wands is changing his lifestyle for you, because he wants love now, give him the time, the space, the patience, the trust, the enthusiasm, trust and believe in him, and know that when you two come together, your partnership will be so synergistic because you're going to both be on such a level together. He's going to be doing this work, to clear out his old ways in his past and, come to you in a way that's really going to make you two come together in such a way where you'll never look into the past again. You're only going to be looking forward or into each other's eyes.